Welcome to The Next Big Star, hosted by James Kelly and Ninon de Vere de Rosa. Hello and welcome to The Next Big Star. I'm your host, James Kelly, and my co-host is Ninon de Vere de Rosa.
Oh, he's got it right.
Okay, all right. And on the show with us, we have the Velvet Chains, and representing the Velvet Chains today is Noelle and Jerry. So why don't I'll let Noelle introduce herself a little bit, give us your background and where you grew up, and tell us a little bit about who you are.
All right, my name is Noelle. I'm the drummer of Velvet Chains. I was born and raised in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I moved to Vegas 5 years ago. Definitely a whole new world compared to the East Coast, that's for sure, but I love it out here. I love the entertainment industry and all the live music and all the opportunities in Las Vegas. I was pretty lucky. My parents... I was born and raised on rock and roll. My dad plays the guitar. My mom just loves everything rock and roll and everything music related.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I got into drumming. My dad played the guitar, and it just made sense for me to play drums so we could jam together. And I grew up jamming with my dad.
Daddy loved that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We had a good old setup in our basement in Pennsylvania, and we would jam together all the time. So that was great.
So he was with a band?
Yeah, we played in bands together.
He
was in many bands my whole life.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
And what about you, Jerry?
Wait. I am a child of the universe, and I have been a gypsy since I could be a gypsy.
Okay.
You can eat the microphone. You can eat it. You can
Yeah. Right.
There we go. We need that.
I talked a lot of nonsense earlier about how good I was on the microphone, and then I just was a mile away.
You blew it.
Yeah. So I'm a gypsy, but I've been here 6 years, about as long as Noelle. But
Okay.
I'm from the East Coast too, and that's one thing Noelle and I have in common in this band is we're from the same region.
Oh, okay.
You know, we're just two like snowflakes. Not snowflakes, but you know what I'm saying? It's winter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying.
What are you saying, Jerry? What are you up to?
We're two white suburban kids from the East Coast. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you're hanging out in Vegas.
And here we are in Vegas.
There you go.
Yes.
So what do you do with the band?
I'm the lead singer, and I play rhythm and guitar
Okay.
in the band. Yeah, but we're songwriters too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How come when people are in the band and they're singers how come they play so many instruments? They seem to be able to they have all this talent. It amazes me. I can't even play the piano. Never mind sing. Huh. But how does that happen? Just talent.
It's a natural inclination.
Yeah,
You're
there
just
you
drawn
go.
toward it. Other people are drawn towards other things.
Yes.
You know,
but they always play so many instruments, and I think that's amazing.
It is
fabulous.
amazing,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
How many instruments do you play, Noelle?
Definitely mainly drums. I started off playing guitar, but I would not call myself a guitar player
But you probably
at
play
all.
far better than most young ladies.
I kind of memorize where to put my fingers type of
Yeah,
thing. I don't
yeah.
really know a lot about the instrument, but I started off on the guitar and just couldn't really get into it. It wasn't my thing. I didn't want to practice, and my guitar teacher at the time told me I had really good timing. And he said, I can tell that you don't want to practice much on the guitar, but you love music and you have great timing. And he was the one to actually say, I think you should try the drums. So
What a great choice that was.
I didn't even
for
have
you.
a drum set, and I was using drumsticks and drumming on pillows and whatever I could find in the house, and took a few lessons and instantly fell in love with the instrument and wanted to practice and wanted to spend my free time learning that instrument. So I knew that was my
What kind
thing.
of adrenaline
great.
do you get when you go on stage? You know, you're a woman up there, and there's not many of you playing the drums. Does it give you that kind of adrenaline? You walk out in this gorgeous
Yeah, it's
looking...
definitely a powerful feeling to be able to
yeah.
walk up on that stage and to play in front of all those people, and for all of those people to be there to see you. That's a good
Yeah.
feeling. It's definitely, I'm one of those people, I have a little bit of nerves, but the second I sit down at my drum set, everything
Off
is
you
good.
go.
Yep. Good to go.
Do you play the drums, James?
Never. Violin.
Oh, you're a violin player.
that's one
Love it.
instrument that's very. I play a lot of.
I know
instruments.
you would know what a microphone is, Jerry.
Just getting used to it.
This is the thing. I play a lot of instruments, but violin for me has been one that, like, it's always a screeching cat, no matter what I do.
Yeah. Well,
That's a hard
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yes. Very
I don't play anymore, but I did
and
when I
yet
was
they have
younger.
a lot of violins now, electric violins in bands now. A
Yeah,
lot of them
exactly,
they
yeah,
have.
yeah.
And they sound amazing because they really show up away.
And it's a lot of strong females doing it.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's cool about the Vegas scene. Is you always just a girl out there, just like,
but they have, I think they have an agency or a group out here of women, young girls, and they're all gorgeous. I mean, they're beautiful, and they've got these great outfits. They don't look anything like we think of violins as sitting back there with the black on and the whole. These are outrageous, but they're beautiful players. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, so how long has the Velvet Chains been together?
It's been almost 3 years
Oh, wow,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
a little
long.
over 2 years.
Yeah. So you're in the Vegas scene. Have you traveled outside Vegas with your group?
L.A. once.
LA once?
We played the Conga Room. It's right outside the Staples Center.
I bet
I know
Ninon knows
exactly
where.
where
Yeah,
that
no, it's a hot
is.
room.
That's a hot room.
It's a hot room.
So your first date in Los Angeles is the hot room.
Yeah, and this was right before the quarantine. We were in L.A. before, like, they dropped the whole, like, stay home stuff.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
before COVID hit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was great because we got a big LA trip with our band, and we got to play at the Conga Room. So it was kind of our last hoorah before
Oh, well,
COVID
that's great.
hit.
Before the last hoorah of COVID.
Yeah.
Hello.
Well, we're sure you're going to get back out there again. You know.
Oh,
Definitely.
So-
It
Hopefully
will be
soon.
glorious.
Yeah. So where all have you played in Las Vegas? Where have you been in Vegas?
All over the place, really.
Yeah.
We've played Gold Mine Tavern
Okay.
in Henderson. We play Tuscany a lot.
Oh,
Is that the Copa
yeah.
Room?
I'm there all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Copa Room in
Oh, so
Tuscany.
that's where you hang out, James.
That's where I hang out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
A lot
Nice.
of local spots in
Yeah.
Vegas. The E String, we've played there. A couple places on Main Street, the Velveteen Rabbit. Just
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
any place that will have us.
Yeah. What's your plans after COVID? Do you have anything lined up?
The world.
Yeah,
We have the world lined up right now.
I think
we're all ready
You're
for
our
that
next
one.
big star, so you got to give us some
We do.
idea of what you're doing here.
Well, we are about to record our first album.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and we've got some heavy hitters in the industries collaborating with us.
Okay.
Awesome.
We're working with some people out of Seattle. We're just trying to capture the dirt of the grunge era. You know what I
Absolutely,
mean?
yeah.
So we're putting the album together, and then a video like a month later with Dean Carr, by the way, who's done like Dave Matthews. Everybody.
Oh, wow.
This guy's right
Yeah,
there.
look him up.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So we're gonna shoot
How'd
a
you
video.
get hooked up with him? I mean, this is pretty cool.
Hard work,
you know,
hard work.
Hard work. And your band has only been in for what, 2 years? 3 years, you said.
Right.
So where are you planning on going? Because is this your first CD you've brought out? It is.
First album,
Your
yeah.
first album. I never know whether to call them a CD.
I know,
or
I don't
Album
either.
just-
I don't
Album sounds
Download,
fancy.
what are they?
Anyway,
Yeah.
this round thing that music comes off.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
45.
40. So this must be very exciting for you. Also, I've noticed that word going out there, they're opening up all the hotels end of March, roughly. We'll see how that works.
Yeah.
How many are in the group? 4 of you in the group? Do you play loud hitter?
Yeah. And
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
just
other-
so you
by
know,
the way-
Jerry, the shaking up and down, yes and no won't work. You got to talk.
It's not on video.
It is,
It's on
but
video. And
we also have an audience on the podcast.
I feel like my head
So-
is going around in circles, actually, not just up and down and back and forth. My apologies.
We're going to teach you how to use the microphone and how to
oh,
talk.
poor Jerry.
I had to record my vocals early March, so this is helping me.
There you go. You're having lessons. So that must be exciting that they're coming back to Vegas. I mean, everything's opening up. Getting ready for bookings? Are you practicing every day? What are you doing?
Yeah, we get together and we practice twice a week.
Oh.
Originals, and we still practice covers just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And
So you keep
when-
yourselves working and keep yourselves
yeah,
busy.
and
with it,
even
yeah.
right when COVID hit, one thing I'm proud of us because we never really sat back and let COVID
Take
affect
over.
us and take over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot stronger as a band
Oh,
together
great.
during COVID.
Yeah.
That's when we got together and we started writing original music. We didn't have any originals pre-COVID.
So now you have originals.
So now we have
You
a
know,
whole
there's been
album worth.
advantage. There's been a big
Yeah.
advantage to this COVID thing. So I always look at the positive side of life anyway, James, because I always feel that there's always something out there to take out of something that's really sort of not that good. It's like we're doing this show and we're doing, for the next star. So explain a little bit about what you've got in mind for this show that we're doing, because they're going to be the next star.
Well, I like to interview people who are on the cusp of making it or just starting out, either one, because it's fun to go back a few years from now to see where you are, what happened. I actually had this show once before on KLAV 9 years ago,
Yeah.
and I interviewed a young lady who was 16, and it was fun to have her come back, and she was on the show with me 5 years later, and her career's starting to take off. She was actually in a movie with Meryl Streep.
Oh, wow.
So, it wasn't a big part, but at least she was in that movie, and then just to see that progression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what you like to see.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to see who is our next big star. We'll go back and we'll revisit this, a few years from now. We'll have you on before then. We'll also revisit.
We'll probably have them on next year, and they're going to be stars.
Just remember, when you're a big star,
don't forget us.
Come back.
This is where we started.
Yeah, right. We are already friends, and I like this because we've already met and we've already
you've
chatted.
been on my show, because I have a show, Vegas Live with Ninon, so we've been on that show. Yeah. And so I guess what James and I kind of do, we kind of put the entertainment out there. We want people to know who they are and what they are and where they're going, because you need that. Because you can't get on maybe the big shows, and you don't want to get on the little shows, and we're not a little show, and we're not a big show. We're just a show.
It's real. It's real. It's a real show.
It's a real show.
It's a real show.
Oh, thank you.
So let's go guns ablaze with Velvet Chains right now.
Okay.
So we've got an album coming out, yet to be named, by the way, and we're shooting a video with infamous Dean Carr.
Oh.
We have a booking agent, but we're like war horses at the gate.
The Velvet Horse is running out of the gate.
Once the gate opens, we're going to be in the front. We are, and we're going to be big and muscular.
All right. So are these going to be all originals on the album? Oh, wow. So you
all
really have
originals.
taken
10 songs.
advantage of this whole situation. That's great.
Do you ever sing? Do you ever get a chance?
No, I'm working on it.
She's pushing her way to the front.
I'm working. It's really hard. Drums is already like the pat your head, rub your stomach.
All at
Every
one time.
limb is doing something different in different timing. And
of course.
It's really difficult to just drum, let alone drum and then try to sing at the same time. So I'm working on it.
You're going to teach her?
If she's willing, yes. But she does sing. She's written some of the lyrics and some of the melodies for our originals. So she has broken out of a shell and sang in front of us, at least.
Yes.
Which is a big deal for some people.
It is.
Right?
That's a big deal for me. Yeah, I've never done that
Just keep
before,
in mind
so.
a lot of...
you're being very modest. So you do have a voice. She does have a voice. So we're going to hear it one day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A lot of singers came from the drums. Phil Collins, I can think of. Karen Carpenter was a drummer.
That's right.
So, So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, both great singers.
Jerry, you thinking of doing a little a cappella?
What do you want to hear?
What do you want to sing?
I don't remember the lyrics, but I'll give you my best Elvis.
Give me your best.
No, I don't even want to sing like him because
just be
that's
you.
cliche.
Yeah.
We're caught in a trap. There's no way out. Because I love you too much, Ninon.
Ooh, he's got my heart.
There you go.
See, I love putting singers on a spot because I always feel if they can sing anytime, any place, anywhere. And so far, asking people to do that, singers they do it, and they're very happy doing it. It's you got a beautiful voice, by the way.
Thank you. I got a little like sugar rush from doing it.
I can imagine what I got. Okay, you having a drink later?
Do you have an agent yet? Or who's promoting you?
We're not right. Yeah, thank you, by the way. This is awesome.
We're promoting
and we are promoting you too. This is great. This is like a conjunctive. We are in the works. We're working with some people and we're testing the waters because this is our first time. It's our first run. So you're going to meet the good. You're going to meet the bad. Somebody's going to take your money. Right. Somebody's going to do you good. So we're figuring it out.
Well, we're putting that out there, so maybe you'll find an agent or a manager.
Yeah. So what you call coming out of the gate? They're coming out of the gate. The
war
velvet,
horses.
The war horses. The velvet war horses are coming out of the gate mighty fast.
Yeah. But I like the idea that you're putting a video together because that's going to do wonders for you.
Well, especially with your own lyrics and your own stuff. I think that's really not sort of, it's going to be yours.
And we plan on, we're going to come out strong with the music video with our first release. And then some singles from there, maybe some like lyric videos to go along with it. And then eventually the whole album. So, we'll give you little teasers.
And Jerry, we're going to need you to adjust your mic there a little bit so it's...
By the way, this is what my microphone looks like on stage. It's like halfway on the side, and I'm just like trying to. I'm running up to it. No, I'm running up to it and like just barely catching my lyric. Yeah, that's what it's just.
So you move around a lot on stage, huh?
Mick Jagger. I try to.
Are you like a Mick Jagger?
Well, he's one of
Where's
the.
the lip?
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I wasn't born with that, but even if I stick them out, it's nothing.
Nothing happens.
No, I mean
something happens.
Sometimes I just just close my eyes and put my lips out in the air and see if something happens, but
it does.
You know,
all those women out there, believe me, they give one look at you and they go,
yeah, well, right. Well, let's turn this into a dating show because dating during COVID. I mean, come on, why bother?
Yeah, why bother?
Well, a lot of people don't know that I actually used to represent someone called Marshall Fender and the Note Slingers about 20-something years ago. And one of the things we learned, because he was just an upstart, was you had to get that video. That video is key. So I'm glad to hear you doing that.
I think it's amazing what they're doing and putting it all together.
Yeah.
Now, you have 2 other people in the band, don't you?
Yes. Don't you? Go ahead.
Their bellies hurt tonight.
They've been singing too much?
I don't know. It's all good. They just couldn't make it. It's all good. But however, though, I mean, we were the chosen ambassadors for this particular situation. So
thank you.
I think it's
wonderful.
Thank you for having us.
We definitely do.
So why don't you tell us the names of the other 2 members?
Nils is the bass player.
Okay.
And Laurent is our lead guitar player.
And how did they come into the group?
Nils actually kind of started this whole crazy ride with a Craigslist ad, actually.
Wow.
And
that's interesting.
All of us found him on Craigslist.
That is really interesting.
I responded to his Craigslist ad, and Velvet Chains took off from there.
He had he lured me in with his ad because he was like, we don't care if you're transgender. We don't care if you're from another planet. We don't care. And I was like, well, I mean, I
fit that role.
Right, right. I mean,
that's me.
I am in the realm of complete weirdness. So like, it's like
this is it.
We're all a little group of misfits, that's for sure.
Well,
but it was, show up, have your own equipment, have a ride to practice, and we're good to go.
Did you have the name then, or did you put the name together with the 4 of you?
We all came up with the name.
We all came up with the name.
Yeah.
That's not true. I wasn't there.
Actually, it was Nils and I that came up with the name. So I initially reached out to Nils' first Craigslist ad, and we got together, and there was some other people in the band, and it just didn't work out. They moved away, and no hard feelings. But eventually, we found next was Lohan, the lead guitar player, who had just responded to the Craigslist ad as well, and then we found Jerry. But it was Nils and I who came up with the Velvet Chains.
So does
name.
Nils sing? Because if you're the lead singer, Jerry, how did that come about?
They probably went through.
We went through a couple.
They kissed a bunch of toads before. You know what I'm saying?
And then they found the pretty face. I got it.
Well, they found someone with action. I mean,
Mick Jagger lips. I stuck them out. I was like, can I sing for your band? I stuck my lips out.
The tongue followed, right?
It unfurled onto the floor like the red carpet.
Now we're getting into a kiss scene here.
Yeah. Kiss. Well, that was a good group, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kiss.
Matter of fact, speaking of albums, etc., dating myself, but I don't care.
That's okay.
I was talking to a good friend today about young kids today don't know what it's like to open an album up. Because I remember being like 11 years old and opening up Kiss Destroyer, and these guys look like monsters. Yeah, and I was like 11. I was like, who? And then I listened to it. I was like, wow, I think I just sold my soul to whatever this dark side is.
Wow. Yeah.
And they're fabulous. They've got a group like that here in Vegas, haven't they?
Yes.
Another group, not the Kiss themselves. And I've had them on my show, and they're the nicest guys you could ever wish to meet.
They do it for the love of it.
They do. Yeah. And they take 2 or 3 hours to put that makeup on. So they come onto my show with full makeup, and I feel so guilty because they're supposed to spend 2 hours putting this makeup on. I'm like, yeah. But that's what you call dedication.
That's
dedication to what they like to do, and it's amazing.
Kind of like we have to do pre-show.
Yeah, well, well, James had to go.
Took me a while to get ready.
It took him a couple of hours to get ready.
But he's not wearing pants, by the way. You can't,
wait a minute.
He's got pajamas on.
Pajamas, sorry. Flannel.
I was told all I needed was the shirt and the tie is all I need. That's what I was told.
Your collar's going up. You'll put your collar down. There you go. There you are.
You can tell I'm used to wearing this.
Yeah, he doesn't like wearing all this stuff. But I think this is an amazing show, and I love to hear all about the up-and-coming stars and get you out there and sort of do our little bit to help you. People in the music industry dedicate their lives so much to the music, not so much for the money, but they seem to dedicate, for the talent and everything. It's just, to me, it's amazing. And if we can be of any help, James and I can be any help to get you out of the gate, the velvet.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah. Everybody helps everybody. It's all good.
Where is your studio? Where do you practice? Where do you record?
Most of the time we're at, it's called MDV Rehearsal Studios.
Right.
It's right down the street from our present location, so it's in Las Vegas.
I think I know where there used to be one right down there on
Oquendo Road.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
Isn't that where we're at?
Yeah,
it's
we're
like
kinda
another.
there. Yes,
it's
we
like left
are.
turn,
Yeah.
right turn,
Yeah.
down the
Just
other.
make a left, make a right, and you're there.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But there used to be one over on Hacienda as well, I believe, at one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, any questions?
I've got questions. I want to know, where can people reach you? And they're looking for advertisers, they're looking for sponsors. You're probably looking for all the above, coming out of a pandemic and trying to get yourself out there. They're looking for bookings. And if there's a great manager out there, that would be cool as well. So
Absolutely.
I'm plugging you. Also, how can they reach you? Noelle?
So at Velvet Chains Band on all social media.
Is
Facebook,
that Instagram, Facebook?
Yep, you got it. TikTok.
I love
Yeah.
TikTok. I think it's great.
Jerry's actually been making some really cool graphic videos.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
By the way, yeah. If you guys need a video editor.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's going to be
don't,
Ninon.
don't say that.
No, seriously, I am a video editor rising star myself. I invested in a nice laptop. I have Adobe Premiere Pro and
Oh my
After
goodness.
Effects.
You
and
should never have done this.
No, I should. And I make goofy, fun videos.
I love that. Do you do those boomerang things?
No,
The
you mentioned that
boomerangs.
before.
Oh, they do these boomerang, which is a speeded up thing, and my guy used to do it all the time. But now we've got a green screen. But when you film those, they're fabulous to put on TikTok.
We just did one actually.
to
didn't
put
we?
on TikTok and put them all
Larry
over.
did it for us, yep.
On Instagram, I get quite a lot of people viewing it on Instagram. So they're great things. So we've got to get one for Quirky Minds Media.
Yes, we wanted to. We have the
Quirky
green
Minds
screen
Media.
studio out
Yeah.
here. You guys can come in, have
Okay.
fun. We'll have fun with it. I have an idea for you.
Yes.
What's the idea?
Well, from the very beginning, we have a shop owner, because you know the studio here.
Yes.
And in the front, someone comes in, they don't see anyone, and there's a mask there. And this guy's drunk, and he's talking to the mask, thinking it's a person. And when they don't answer him, he gets upset. And he leaves, and he's going through, and he's looking through all these rooms and disappears. In comes the shop owner. The shop owner's going, where did he go? I know I saw someone go in there. And he goes back to the bathroom, and the person's not there, but he goes back to the bathroom. Every time a guest comes through that door, I want them to be whomever they want, and there's never anyone here.
I love it.
So we'll work on
So
this.
that's definitely Quirky Minds Media.
It's
That's
definitely
Yeah.
See, the whole pants, no pants thing is
Well,
making more sense now.
absolutely.
No, we
Yeah, yeah.
understand the whole thing.
Yeah. A loincloth, though,
By the way-
at least.
Where are your pants?
Why? I don't
No, he
know.
has pants on.
I think they're all clean right now, except for like one pair. So I'm doing good on pants in life right now.
Okay, all right. I'm the socks person, as Ninon can tell you. I run around the studio with no shoes.
No shoes, but he has
Yeah.
great looking socks. So
Yeah.
I got to buy him. His present's going to be socks. But I'm going to the sock business anyway.
That's right. You really
Yeah,
are.
I am.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
going to the sock business. You want to help me?
Yeah, sure. What
Yeah,
do you
look
need?
at
Let's
you.
sock it to him.
Sock it to you.
There's
Yeah,
TikTok
sock it to me.
again. Get those
Yeah,
socks
you
out
got
there
those
on TikTok.
Socks on TikTok.
Socks on TikTok.
Socks on
Velvet
TikTok.
Chain socks.
Of chain socks. No,
Velvet
no,
chain
no,
socks.
no. Velvet socks.
There
There you go. With the
Velvet
Velvet Chains
socks.
logo.
Yeah,
Oh, there
very
you go.
good. And I got the manufacturer
So
for you.
we got
so-
the manufacturer, so we're going to start up a whole new business. But my socks are actually called $5 socks. $5 sock company. That's what we call them. Because you get 3 pairs for $5.
But your feet won't stink after wearing them, like for a day. Because I bought cheap socks before, and I was like, man, I like that. No wonder they're cheap.
That's why they're cheap. No, they're not going to be cheap.
Okay,
There's no such thing as cheap. They're going to be inexpensive.
Okay.
There you
I like
go.
that.
Absolutely.
Inexpensive.
All right.
Absolutely.
Good. All right. Cool.
I like this guy.
Ah.
I wish he was like 20 years older.
Why? No, are you kidding me? I'm gonna be just as messy in my life in 20 years. You don't want. Don't mess with me. I'll drag you down.
Well, we all have
I
something
love
in
it.
common here, because I wrote a book called The Red Soaks, which is about red socks and water. So anyway, and
So
we
we're all
won't
in the
go
sock
into
business,
that.
but I think socks are worn all the time, especially through the pandemic, coming on the end of it. But everybody wears socks, and
No.
socks are more popular than they've ever been.
Yeah, no, and fancy socks are cool.
I
Like
love fancy
socks that make a statement are even cooler.
Yeah, Foxy socks.
Yeah, Foxy Socks. Another brand. Another brand. Just keep talking, Jerry.
Foxy
Okay,
socks.
no, I just wanted. What's your other book? Hey, while we're promoting,
What's the
come
other
on.
book?
You got like 1 minute.
Well, we have the Red Soaks. I have the Alien Transcripts, which
Yes,
you're reading
yes,
right now.
I am currently
actually.
reading.
And
Yeah.
the purple thing.
And the Purple Caterpillar, which is another
Purple
children's
Caterpillar,
story.
another children's
Yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And then I have the emblem.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got
That's
stuff.
enough for this show.
But
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
James, I have to mention this. James Kelly is also an author. He writes and he ghost writes and he does everything. And actually, James is going to help me with my autobiography.
Yes, I am.
It's going to start out as a kind of going on some channel, and then it's going to be just audio, and then it's going to be a book,
And then we're going to do
and
a
then
movie.
we're going to do a movie. But each one gets more dramatic than the next because the movie is going to tell all.
Yeah, she teases you a little bit until you get to that last one.
I love teasing.
So.
May I be in your movie, please?
Absolutely.
Well, you're in it now.
I know exactly which one you're going to
the young lover?
No, he's going to be... No.
I'm not even young, but...
No, the young lover is going to be the secret lover.
Ah, yeah. No, I like dirty little secrets. I love
little secrets. It's not going to be a secret anymore.
All right, so one more time before we close out the show, where can we learn more about the Velvet Chains?
Velvet Chains Band, all social media.
Okay, so
Facebook,
Twitter,
Instagram.
yeah, all of those. Okay,
all the named above.
All right,
and the CD coming out.
Yeah, there we go. When do you anticipate your CD?
I don't know. End of April,
but we'll learn more about it.
Well, the problem is we don't know when everything's opening up, so you don't want to open up until you're ready to open up.
And it's all up in the air right now because music video first, then a couple singles, and then full album. So we got a couple months to go, but we'll be putting out some
feelers
fun
out there
teasers pretty soon.
Teasers. Yeah.
Dropping bombs.
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
Noelle, do you work at all? Do you do something else?
I do. I am an occupational therapist. That's
really?
my day job.
I knew you.
I work in a nursing home.
I had a funny
That's
feeling you did
nice.
something quite intelligent because she's got this look and she gets it all beat out on the drums.
Yeah, I got the best of both worlds. I got the professional stuff going on with working in the healthcare industry, and then I can let it all out in my rock and roll.
Because that's quite
that's
quite a thing to accomplish. Actually, you went to university for that, right?
Yeah.
University.
Yeah, and it's such a rewarding job to be able to rehab my patients. Somebody who comes in completely bedbound in a couple weeks, a couple months later, whatever it takes to watch them walk
Did you
out
have
the
any
door.
COVID people?
Yeah, we got hit with COVID pretty hard there at the beginning.
Yeah.
We lost some of our residents, and it was really heartbeaking for a while there. But
you got through
we're
it.
We're going strong now. We got through it. Yeah,
you got through it. So you did your part in the COVID.
Yeah,
thing,
I tried.
As well as beating.
I did everything
as well as beating those drums.
Yeah.
And Jerry, your secret talent is you're a doctor.
As I said earlier, I am a child of the universe, and I am a gypsy, and this is where I am at, and this is what I'm doing. And I've sold my soul already, so
who do you sell it to? Well, maybe we can
I don't know. It was just like a dark figure. I don't know.
Finish my book and you'll know.
Right. Fine.
Sounds wonderful. What a great interview, I'll tell you. You're an amazing group.
Thank you both for being here today. We appreciate it, Noelle, Jerry, and Ninon.
Yeah, I love being on the show. It's exciting. It's
this was fun. Thank you for having us.
I don't have to lead the show. I can just sit back a little bit. Though I do a lot of talking, but I can't help it.
Hey, that's why we have you. So thank you again for joining us on The Next Big Star. Thank you.
Thank you.